Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is a Mindful Hour MBSR. My name is Kat Larsen. Great to see you here. This is all new pre-recorded content for you. And this class is sponsored by the Cancer Resource Center of Western Maine. And we'd like to thank them for continuing to host this class. A mindful hour is 60 minutes of practice that includes ways to de-stress, to come into balance, utilizing MBSR, which stands for Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. To give you a little bit of background, MBSR was founded in 1979 by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn as a way to meditate, to bring different resources through the form of MBSR to come into greater balance, ease, and comfort in daily living. So as we're starting our class today, thank you so much for being here. You can gather your favorite beverage to receive this 60 minutes of class. Also, if you'd like to take notes or simply just to be present in our time today. Today's theme of class is breath work. Breath work as a tool, a way to either calm, balance, energize, and also relieve stress. Everything in this class is optional, so I invite you to move in a way that meets you safely and comfort. Also, if you're working with a cancer diagnosis or managing or living with any particular condition, whether it be in the physical body, in mind states, to honor what is safe and comfortable for you. Medical advice will always override what I'm leading. So normally when we conduct this class live, we begin with going around either the Zoom room or our setting with live practitioners to share just a moment in a mindful share, pass, or listen. So as we're meeting here in a recorded session, I invite you to ask yourself, how has your week been? Are there practices either from movement, breath work, maybe journaling, writing down, or simply taking maybe 30 seconds or a minute for you that have given you a sense of ease and balance? I invite you in this moment to just scan the photo album of your memory bank to see during your week if there was a tool that you utilized that helped to bring you into that state of calm. I'll share today what I'm drinking. I'm actually recording this early in the morning. I'm drinking my favorite beverage. It's coffee, but it is decaffeinated coffee. And what I noticed for myself when looking at the past week, times that have been busy or maybe challenging as well, that I've taken a breath in and then I've taken an open exhale out through the mouth, letting go of all tension held in physical body. And I invite you to join me in that breath in. So as you're sitting today, find your comfortable seat, and practice can either be offered sitting on a yoga mat, a chair, pillow, or cushion, or even sitting in bed or being comfortable where you are. Let's begin together by taking a comfortable breath in and then exhaling through the mouth, letting go of the week or busyness. In mindfulness, also in yoga practice, we call this a letting go breath. Breathe in through the nose in and up, and then exhale down and out through the mouth, a cleansing sigh. As you breathe in again, breathe in comfortably, taking in a full breath. And exhale, letting go. As you return to your own natural rhythm of breath, simply notice for yourself, with taking 2 rounds of an inhale and an exhale, how that simply let go of physical tension and also brought you into the moment. In mindfulness-based stress reduction, there are tools that we utilize to help to come into focus and awareness. And one of those is breath work. In Sanskrit or yoga languaging, it's called pranayama. Prana means life force, breath, vitality, and energy. And the word ayama, Ayama, simply means expanding, extending out on breath. So I invite you to receive today this simple meditation affirmation from teacher Thich Nhat Hanh titled Breathe, inviting feelings that come and go, and like clouds in a windy sky, conscious breathing is my anchor. So, whenever you feel here, busy mind, or maybe stressed, worried, tension, if you have a cancer diagnosis, perhaps confronting a challenging or difficult situation, we can invite a breath in, a comfortable breath in through the nose or mouth, and inhale of life force, vitality, and energy. And then we can take an out breath, either nose or mouth, soothing out. So take a moment as you, again, share within your own thoughts of your past week. Were there times within your week that you actually utilized your breath? And know that that is a tool. We'll begin with our basic breath work practice. And in this hour today, I'll be guiding you through balancing breath work, energizing breath work, and also calming breath work. And if you walk away from this hour, if you already practice these breath works, these perhaps are a refresher, or perhaps reminding you or teaching you to new breath works. If you walk away with one or two practices you can utilize for either energy, building energy, letting go of stress and tension, or also finding balance and calm through breath work. We begin our practice as well after a mindful share, pass, or listen with just 30 seconds to a minute of a mindful meditation. And today I'll be guiding you with breath work within that meditation. I invite you to relax the feet down to the floor if you're seated, or pressing your sit bones into a chair or the earth. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and take your hands, placing one on your navel. I'm going to lower the screen so you can see one hand flat on the navel, the other hand stacked on top. And we'll be moving into belly breathing. This is the breath that brings us into awareness of physical breath moving throughout the body. So I invite you to breathe in, watch the belly expand, and then on the breath out, the belly recedes. Breathe in again. This is also called diaphragmatic breathing. And exhale out. I invite you to find your eye gaze, either a downward gaze moving in internal, inside, or soft or closed eyes, and watching the movement of your own breath. Breathe in. Imagine life force, vitality filling you, and then exhale, breathing out. Inhale, breathing in. Once again, feel the expansion of life force all the way through your cells and being. And on the exhale, we send it out through parts of our body that perhaps need space or healing. One more time, breathe in, send your energy in through your body. And then on the exhale, noticing belly recedes, also sending breath through us and then sending it down our feet to ground us. As you slowly open the eyes or lift the eye gaze towards the computer, relax the hands up to rest on your lap. And take a moment to return to your own natural rhythm of breath. And then again, return to that eye gaze of either a downward gaze or soft gaze. And this is called a centering in our class, inviting what you need today from our meeting today in community and connection, meeting and friends, in the practice of mindfulness-based stress reduction, utilizing breath work as a tool to either balance, calm, or energize. With an open palm, we invite an intention for physical body. Whenever you're watching this recording, what do you need today for your physical body? And then what do you need for your mind state? Could it be release, calm, openness? And then finally, for the heart space or energy, if you're feeling low energy, possibly just inviting more energy to what meets you in comfort. If you're high energy, it could be breath work to meet you to calm into balance. Take a moment and pause and reflection to what you need, and maybe a one word affirmation comes to mind. Some examples could be healing, de-stress, community, connection, vitality, letting go, openness, sustenance, steadiness, learning. Whatever it may be, take 30 seconds here in our mindful meditation. You can also return to your in-breath, inhaling, and exhale. As we seal our intentions and close our seated meditation, gently float the eyes open, join your palms to meet right in front of the heart. As we seal, strengthen our intentions in community with one breath in, and then we'll exhale the word peace, peace to oneself and to each other in community and connection. Breathe in, peace. And opening the eyes, releasing the hands down, and welcome again, everyone. And notice how you feel from approximately 15 minutes of practice. So, just in that practice, we introduced a letting go breath, also a belly breathing, also slash called diaphragmatic breath of an inhale and an exhale, and also setting an intention for our day and perhaps our week. That could be your practice right there. So if you're starting a breathwork practice, you can sit just like we did for, it was actually a 2 minute meditation sitting. So if you ever said to yourself, no, I can't sit in my time, you actually did. So that was a 2 minute meditation practice. We're going to continue with some more breathwork practices that help to build energy. And I invite you to take one hand flat on your belly and place the other hand to its highest point. From this position, we're going to invite little steps of air moving in and up like we're climbing a ladder up the spine, and it'll look like this till you feel your lung capacity, and then a long, smooth breath out. So breathe in, taking little sips of air in and up as you feel to your lung capacity. And then when you can fill up with any more breath, a long, smooth exhalation out. This is called stair step breath, where we're bringing more oxygen into the body. 2 more rounds. Exhale down and out, a long, smooth breath out, either nose or mouth. One more time, in and up. And then a long, smooth breath out. Releasing the hands down and coming back to your natural breath. So that's our third breath work practice called stair step breath. What the hands are doing is actually a guiding point. The bottom hand is our origin point, and then our top hand is where our breath will lead to, and then we exhale out. So far, letting go breath, belly breathing, and stair step breath. The next breath is called a three-part breath. This is also called yogic three-part breathing or Durga pranayama, which is a counted breath. It's an inhale for a count of three, followed by an exhale for a count of three. So you can use one hand below on the belly or on the ribs, the other higher at its origin point. So let's begin together by taking a breath in and a breath out, and follow my count. If my count doesn't meet you, find your comfortable counted inhale and exhale. Let's begin breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Feel the movement in and up, and then on the exhale, exhale for 1, 2, 3. Breath moves down and out. 2 more rounds. Breathe in and up for 1, 2, 3. Exhale down and out for 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and up for 1, 2, 3. Exhale down and out for 1, 2, 3. And now come to your own rhythm of breath and notice in that yogic three-part breath, we get the awareness of breath moving up the front of the body, also the back of the body. A breathwork practice is an advanced practice which it gives us tools to help sensation move through the body, to create more space in the body. Also, the exhale informs us to let go of any tightness and tension in physical body, and also as a focal point when we watch our inhale and our exhale. It helps to quiet busy mind. It helps to also get rid of that stuck feeling, to bring our focus and awareness to our breath. In mindfulness breath stress reduction practices, breath work is a tool that helps invite awareness to the inhale, to the exhale, to the feeling of breath, also called sensations of the inhale and the exhale. Also, it helps to quiet our nervous system. When we expand out on our exhalation, we're connecting to our parasympathetic nervous system. We're quieting sympathetic nervous system, which is the busyness of everyday living. And then we give ourselves a self-care mode to extending out on the exhale, which connects to parasympathetic nervous system, which is resting our fight and flight, giving ourselves more calm and balance. So if you're ever coming into a situation, either a phone call, an office visit, a hospital visit, a tense situation, I invite you to either invite a breath in, an exhale out of letting go, perhaps resting both hands flat on the belly, of belly breathing and inhale, and an exhale taking 3 to 6 rounds, and then perhaps moving into a stair step breath, filling your capacity in and then a smooth breath out, or a 3 counted breath, yogic 3-part. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, and you can also count silently to yourself. So if you're in a waiting room, exhale for 1, 2, 3. Breath work is a tool that we can conduct for ourselves, even in public settings where we can find balance, calm, and ease. So I'm going to go into my slides as well to offer you a little bit of background, and please excuse me while I connect to those as well. Give me 1 second while I connect to my Google Docs and more tools. Here we go. Slides. Here we are. Thank you, everyone. So as we're continuing on our breath work as life force practices in prana again needs breath work, just giving you a little bit of a reminder of breath work practices as well as I share my PowerPoint to you, some considerations that you'd like to think about when practicing breath work as well. Notice if there's any contraindications or benefits in those 3 breathwork practices that I led just a moment ago. Consider what is comfortable for you. If a counted breath with 1 count meets you better than 2 or 3, always honoring what's comfortable to you on the in breath and the out breath. So considerations, the second bullet point, the pace, the timing, and the rhythm. Also, the time of day. Notice that if you're practicing maybe in the morning, you have more energy. Maybe the afternoon, you need a little bit of a pick me up, and you don't want to conduct for yourself a breathwork energizing practice in the evening. My suggestions, fourth bullet point, are to start slow with your breathwork practice, then build it up over time. As we can see in our quotes at the bottom, pranayama or breath work is a 4th limb of the 8-limb yogic path. And take your time. It's a practice that you can take a little bit each day or each week and then build up over each week or each day, each month. Whatever amount of time you have to dedicate in your daily practice to give yourself a little bit of ease, calm, or even building a practice. You can start a practice with 5 minutes a day. So the quote at the bottom, start where you are, is pretty important. So we just did 3-part breath. And also, as you can see in our bullet point, there's also a 4-4 count or a 4-6 count. So if you feel that if you've been practicing a while and you'd like to build up, feel free to add a 4 count inhale or also a 4-6 count, which means a 4 count inhale, 6 count exhale. The third bullet point is called ocean sounding breath, where we take a full breath in with sound. It's kind of like we're fogging up a mirror. So I invite you to lift your hand, breathe in, and then exhale out through the mouth like you're fogging up a mirror with sound. Breathe in through the mouth and then exhale. Now, the ocean sounding breath, we can still maintain that sound, but with a closed mouth position. That's a deepening, warming, lengthening, resonant breath, which is called ocean sounding breath. When we move in movement, if you have a stretching practice, a yoga practice, a somatic, a qigong, you might already be practicing ocean sounding breath. It's an inhale and an exhale with sound lengthening and deepening. The next breath work is called alternate nostril breath, and we'll save that to the end. It's considered a balancing breath work. And if you ever Google alternate nostril breath, you can find that there are many studies to the efficacy of calming and balancing. The quote at the bottom is pretty important. We can do breath work either supine. Supine means laying on our back. We can do it seated or standing as well. Some of the other breath works we'll go through today, which constitute energizing breath work, maybe lion's breath, bellows breath, skull shining, breath of joy, pulling breath, and also pawahara. And again, the next screen we see we've already conducted letting go breath and also a 3 count breath. We did steer step. We're saving alternate nostril breath for the end, and also stop breath work. Stop acronym is a very important practice, and it's pretty easy yet profound practice in mindfulness-based stress reduction. The stop word simply means as you're coming to your comfortable seated position, the S means S, simply notice, observe how your body, your structure is feeling. The T means take a breath in. So let's all breathe in together. Inhale and exhale. The O stands for observe to what you need next. And let's take another breath in, but this time let's invite a belly breath in where we stack both hands flat on the navel. Inhale, observe to what you need next. And P, proceed to what you need next. So let's take a breath in. Inhale and exhale. Releasing the hands down. So each day you come to your practice to invite maybe 5 minutes of your practice, come to a comfortable seated position, invite the acronym in mindfulness-based stress reduction of STOP. As simply notice your structure. Are you feeling low energy, high energy? T, take a breath in and out. O, observe to what you need next. Maybe you need 2 rounds of breath. 3 rounds of breath. Maybe you need the 3 count breath or 4 count breath. And then P stands for proceed to what you need next. So looking back at the PowerPoint, we've already introduced steer step breath. So that's another breath work practice. And we're holding off alternate nostril breath for the end of practice. So right here, I'm going to stop our share. So those were some considerations in breath work that we always want to consider the benefits. The benefits of breath work are they quiet our mind. They give us a tool, a bone to focus our awareness to calm, to balance, to energize, to soothe. Consider the pace, timing, and the rhythm of a counted breath that meets you and your energy. And notice your time of day. And what's really important is start where you are. Another teaching in mindfulness-based stress reduction is to invite a friendly, non-judgmental attitude. No judgment. If you take a 1 count, maybe another day you take a 2 count, 3 or 4 count, and start where you are. 5-minute practice is better than no practice. 1-minute practice a day is better than no practice. So honoring what our physical body is telling us. So I'm going to stop the share at this time. And then coming back to the screen. So simply notice from that PowerPoint a little bit of further instruction from a mindfulness perspective. So we're going to come up to standing at this time, and we're going to move to we've already moved through balancing practices. We're going to move to, if you feel like, okay, I've done my letting go breath, I've done my belly breathing, I've done my steer step breath, I've done my 3 counted breath, yogic 3 count. I've done my 4 count. I want to come up and stand. I want the body to move. So our first standing breath work practice is called breath of joy. So I invite you to come up to a standing position and invite that your feet are about hip width apart. I'm going to lower the screen just a bit here. Relax the hands in line with the body. Bring your hands to the hips. Take a breath in, inhale. On the exhale, bend your legs, step your feet apart so they're 2 to 3 feet apart, and invite soft knees. This involves moving the body, but before we do breath of joy, I invite you to relax your hands down. Again, inviting soft knees, which means a slight bend into your legs. and we're going to bounce for a bit. So from this bouncing movement, we're letting go of tension that from a seated position we've held. And notice what bouncing does. You can shift over to the right, over to the left, and this lets go of physical tension in the body. We're also focusing on left side of the body, right side of the body. And again, we're bouncing in our calves, our feet. And if you can't come up to a physical standing position, you can do this in a chair. You can even do lying down, bouncing and shaking with the fingers and the wrists. And have some fun with this. Add a little bit of bounce that we get the lymph moving throughout the body. We get breath moving. As we're bouncing, we're moving. This lets go of physical tension, gets more space within the body, and we'll continue to bounce for 2 more minutes if this meets you. Again, always honoring your practice. We're breathing in and out through the nose, yet we're offering movement, mindful movement with breath work. 30 more seconds to our bouncing. Let go of tension in the shoulders, the arms, the waist, the hips, the quads, the knees, the ankles, the feet. And then as you come through the center, come to stillness, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then as you invite a shoulder lift up, inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders down the back body. And then from this position, again, hands to hips, bend your legs, step your feet apart again. If they came back together, turn the toes out slightly, and standing, energizing breath of joy. It's a 3-part inhale where we breathe in some air through the nose, add a little bit more, then add to our full capacity. Then we exhale out through the mouth with the sound of lum for grounding. We also bend into our legs for a squat. So there is movement. Inhale, stretch the arms forward. Inhale out to the side. Inhale up on the exhale. Lum, bend into the quads, bring the elbows back. If you're in bed or seated, this can be done also from those positions. Let us begin. Take a full breath in. And exhale out, energizing breath work, breath of joy. Let's go for our day. Inhale, 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 lum. 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 4 more. Lum. 3 more. Lum. 2 more. Lum. Last one. Lum. Rise, come back to standing, and notice the energy that you built from this standing breath work. The next standing breath work is called power breath or power hara, H-A-R-A, which also means breath. I invite you to step your feet a little bit closer together and then turn your feet forward, heels are out, bring your hands to the shoulders. This also involves opening our spine and obliques with a twist. We'll inhale one direction, take a breath in through the nose, inhale other direction, and then exhale, stretching one arm out, exhale, ha, ha. So let's go. Inhale, inhale, ha, ha. Inhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Ha, 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 ha. Feel the energy. You're also releasing tension in the spine. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Ha, Ha. 3 more. Twist, twist. Ha, ha. Inhale, inhale. Ha, ha. Last round. Ha, ha. And release. Come back to your own natural rhythm of breath. So can you see the buildup of the energy? We worked in releasing tension in the shoulders, the triceps. We moved in the rotation plane of the spine. The next breath work is called pulling breath. So on this, we extend our arms forward. We lift the arms up, and then on the exhale, we bring the elbows back. So it's an inhale, lift, exhale, sink into the thighs, just like a chair pose, building strength in the quads, also the glutes, also the buttocks. So we'll start together. Relax the hands down in line with the body. Take a full breath in. And then on the exhale, scoop the arms up. On the inhale, on the exhale, breathe out through the nose or mouth. While pulling breath towards us. Inhale, exhale. We're going to add a different variation. Inhale and exhale, swinging one hand up as we bend our legs. So it's like we're cross-country skiing together. So although we're in a recorded session, we're here together in community and movement, inviting well-being through energetic breath work. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. 2, 1, and release the arms down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and note how you feel after those standing breathwork practices. Feeling pretty good, right? Well, let's come back to our seat right now and notice in today's session of mindfulness-based stress reduction, all of the different tools you have for breath work. So in today's class, thus so far, feel free to take a sip of your favorite beverage. Sorry about that straw noise. We've started today with balancing breath work, letting go breath, belly breathing, diaphragmatic breath, also yogic 3-part breath, 4-counted breath or 4-count inhale, 6-count exhale as a tool as well. Those were considered balancing breath work. So 4 to 5 different breath work practices as tools to balance. We also invited the acronym STOP as a tool to sit down to begin your breathwork practices. And also when we came up to standing, coming up to a few minutes of bouncing, releasing any held tension in physical body, mind states as well, moving into our 2 standing energizing, actually 3 standing energizing breathwork practices. We did 4 to 10 rounds of breath of joy. We then moved into power breath with a twist, followed by pulling breath as well. So in today's class, 9 to 10 different breath work practices. Our final breath work, which we saved till the very end, is a very popular breath work called alternate nostril breath. It utilizes a hand, which is a right hand, and we release the first 2 fingers down to the palm of the brow point. We move it, inhale and exhale out through either left or right nostril. Typically, we use our thumb to close off our right nostril and pinky to close off left. So we're inviting breath to flow in through one nostril and breath to flow out through one nostril. This is considered a life hack, which provides Balance through the inhale and the exhale, connecting to left hemisphere of the brain and right hemisphere of the brain. As we're breathing in, we're inviting life force, vitality, and energy. And as we're breathing out, we're soothing, releasing. So if this is a new breathwork practice to you, it takes a few minutes to get used to using our hands. Sometimes when you invite a downward gaze or closed eyes, it helps you to move deeper in the practice. So let's begin our practice of alternate nostril breath. In addition, there are no contraindications for this breath work. The only contraindications would be for this breath work if you had a deviated septum, thus you would not block off a nostril. You wouldn't even use a finger on that position. You would keep an open nostril. So let's all bring awareness to our right hand, releasing the first two fingers down to the palm or the brow point. When we release our hands to the brow point, we imagine that we're releasing held tension in the brain, busyness, and quieting. So find your position where we can all take a breath in together. Inhale and exhale. Take your thumb, close off your right nostril, find your eye gaze. Let us begin by inhaling through left nostril. Close your left nostril with pinky, lift thumb, exhale right. Inhale right, close right, exhale left. Find your own comfortable capacity on your inhale. Close left with pinky, lift thumb, find your comfortable exhale. Continue. Inhale right, close right, exhale left. Inhale left, close left, exhale right. Inhale right, close right, exhale left. Inhale left, close left, exhale right. Final round. Inhale right, close right, exhale left. Release the right hand down to rest with left hand. Take a moment to simply sit in a few moments of silence, receiving the benefits of this breath work, which are they move one towards quieting, contemplation, stillness. They begin to quiet the busy mind through the moving of breath from left to right side of the body and hemisphere of the brain. As you're ready, gently opening the eyes. And simply notice how you feel between 6 to 10 rounds of alternate nostril breath. Alternate nostril breath is considered a balancing breath work. It's a wonderful breath work to offer yourself before bed, also perhaps before a stressful time, or if you need to de-stress as well. It's a very popular breath that you can find the efficacy of studies of the benefits of that breath work. You can go to a website called pubmed.org and simply place in the hourglass search bar alternate nostril breath, or even Google alternate nostril breath, and they'll tell you all the wonderful benefits of balance, calm, ease, balancing our nervous system through that breath work. So again, I'd like to thank you so much for joining today. So to recap our entire mindfulness-based stress reduction class today, we went over the fourth limb of yoga called breath work. Breath work is the word prana, which means life force, vitality, breath, energy. Pranayama, ayama means expansion, extension. So as you begin to practice breath work, consider that you're expanding, you're extending oxygen. You're also extending and letting go of tightness and tension. You have choices. You have choices as to how your energy, how your body's feeling. Ask yourself each time you consider any of these breath work practices to mindfulness, are you needing balance? If so, a letting go breath. Also, perhaps belly breathing, perhaps 3 counted breath, 4 count breath, 4 count exhale, 4 count inhale, 6 count exhale. Also, alternate nostril breath for a balancing breath. Are you feeling lethargy? Are you feeling down? Do you need upliftment in energy? Coming up to standing, bouncing practice. Also, breath of joy, pulling prana, power hour, twisted breath, and then coming down to a seated position to perhaps ground your practice in some rounds of either a soft eye gaze with 30 seconds or 1 to 2 minutes of a seated breathwork practice with any one of the tools of balancing breath work, or simply 6 to 9 rounds of alternate nostril breath. So I invite you in these closing moments of our breathwork practice to thank yourself for showing up today. It's my joy and pleasure to guide these practices. And breathwork is a wonderful tool that can be practiced both on and off the mat for balance, calm, and ease, energy. And it's quite a wonderful gift to calm your nervous system, to also regulate busy mind, stress, anxiety, to come into a state of ease and balance. So as we close today, let's invite the acronym, and I invite you to take the acronym STOP. In mindfulness-based stress reduction, from our PowerPoint, the STOP practice invites S, simply notice your body, your structure. T, take a full breath in and out. O, observe to what you need next. You need a little bit of position to either ground your feet, relax your hands either up or down on your lap, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And P in the acronym STOP means proceed to what you need next. Maybe you need a stretch. Maybe you need a lift of the arms, stretching the arms out to the side, circling of the spine, a sip of your favorite beverage. Maybe a standing up of lifting the arms and coming back down to settle, to close in our seated meditation before we end our class today. Take a moment to honor your practice, to meet your energy. So all the way from the beginning of your practice, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 45, or 60 minutes, we honor the beginning of class, the time within experience and practice, and then to a closing. So I invite you, as you come down to your comfortable seat, to simply rest your feet on the earth, or come down if you're lying down as well. Soften the eyes, relax the jaw, relax the tongue and the eye gaze, either moving down or the eyelid to upper eyelid to meet the lower lid, to invite an inward gaze. Notice from our time together here, almost 60 minutes of practice, how breath work has offered you an integrated practice, inviting balancing practice, energizing breath work, and also calming. And take a moment to revisit your intention and notice if your intention has been met through any of our practices today. The offering to you yourself or physical body, mind states, energy, or heart. And as we close, seated for a few moments in silence, I invite you to receive this meditation. There is no yoga without breath. Before there is movement, before there is flow in the body, before there is progress, there is breath. Before meditation, there is breath. It is the core being within us. The core of yoga and meditation is breath. The core of healing is breath, life force. I invite you to soften the eye gaze, and in this moment, simply receive the healing effects of your inhale and the healing effects of your exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice breath moving through your physical body, all the way from feet, through torso, all the way up to the crown of the head, and exhaling down and out. One more breath in and up, and exhaling down and out. Notice breath moving in and then uplifting the heart space. On the exhale, the physical spine maintains the lift, bringing the teaching of upliftment for the emotional body. On your next breath in, simply open the eye gaze, lift the corners of the mouth, and notice your energy balance uplifted. And then I invite you to bring your hands directly to rest, palms joining at the heart. And we'll close out our time together with the in-breath and exhaling the tone of peace. So notice when we sing or we exhale a word, that's also an out-breath. So we're connecting to 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out with the tone, the word Om, which means peace. Your choice, silently or out loud. Inhale. Om. Om. Inhale. Om. Lowering the head to meet your hands, we honor each other in the practice of mindfulness, movement, and breath work, peace. And also inviting the word namaste. Namaste means the practice and the breath work in me honors the practice and breath work in you. Namaste. Relaxing the hands down. And if we were live, we would also give a gesture to each other or a word to each other in closing. And just honoring that time, inviting you to give that gesture as well. If it's a heart, sending self-care, self-love, healing, community, connection to each and every one of you. I'd like to thank you so much for joining today in our focus today of mindfulness-based stress reduction and using breath work as a tool. Again, we offered about 10 different breath work tools and practices, balancing breath work, energizing, and calm. I'd like to thank the Cancer Resource Center of Western Maine for continuing to host this class. And most importantly, thank you for joining today. Also, if you need the website for the Cancer Resource Center for resource, www.crcofwm.org. If you're on social media as well, the Facebook page is the Cancer Resource Center of Western Maine, and also YouTube. The Cancer Resource Center also has their own YouTube channel. There are complimentary YouTube videos by myself and other practitioners that you can connect to at any time. I'd like to thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again, and thank you for joining. Wishing you a glorious rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Lots of love, good healing, and lots of light. Bye-bye. Thank you. Namaste.